everybody. This is Dexter Kendrick. I'd like to welcome you all back to Dexter Kendrick's Soul right here on YouTube, your place for relevant astrological advice and conversations regarding energetic phenomena. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Dexter Kendrick's Soul so that you can be kept in the loop with all the different things that are coming down the pipe right here as the world turns for all of us. So today's conversation is going to be on Venus movement into Aquarius. I'd like to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody who celebrated Valentine's Day on Sunday, February 14th. Today is February 16th, and Venus has moved into Aquarius, where she'll be for the next 4 weeks' time. We're going to discuss what Venus means in the chart and what Aquarius means, wherever Aquarius seems to lie in your chart, how Venus is going to be expressing herself, the clothing she's going to wear, and then the areas in the chart that Venus will lie in for you. Certainly, I highly recommend always either to go to alabe.com to find out the area of life that we're discussing for you personally, or to give me a ring. You can either reach out to me at Dexter Kendrick Soul on Facebook or Instagram. Message me. I'll be happy to chat with you privately regarding you individually. So showing up, Venus is the goddess of desire. We've always talked about how Venus represents what it is that we want and how we work magnetically to draw it to us. Whatever sign is blessed with Venus for a 4-week period of time, we'll see a heightened energetic magnetism, for themselves over a 4-week period, and so they will be able to essentially use their charm and wiles in order to pretty much get what they desire. It's a short-lived transit in the horoscope. Even in mythology, Venus moved very quickly from one lover to another, even though she was married, but that's a different story. And so here she's going to be spending 4 weeks in Aquarius. So we just left Capricorn, and that conversation was the conversation on how do we use our reputation and our experience to go about getting what we want. How do we call upon pulling our clout card to get whatever that it is that we desire? And that was a conversation we were using over the last 4 weeks. Certainly it was showing up in different areas of our lives for each of us. I highly recommend you go take a look at where Capricorn lies in your chart so you can see the movement that you just left. And so as the signs evolve, as we progress from sign to sign, the movements begin to climb. We begin to move into larger communal aspects and move further away from more selfish conversation. So when we move into Aquarius, not only are we looking at whatever Capricorn dealt with, which Capricorn is associated with climbing ladders and creating a reputation for oneself, the ambition that it takes for oneself to go out and say, here I am, and this is what I came to do, this is what I'm going to do, and charmingly through Venus, this is how I'd like you to help me get it. Aquarius is a little different. It takes it a step further and says, what does friendship mean to you? And so I'll pause for half a second and say, what does friendship mean to you? Are you a good friend, in your opinion, or maybe not so much? Is there some work that needs to be done with regard to friendships? And of course, friendships will change, but all relationships are really reflections of ourselves. I always say this where Venus is concerned. She is not the goddess of relationships. She's the goddess of desire. But the way we draw the glyph that represents Venus is similar to a hand mirror. And so whatever we see in other people is a reflection of what we are ourselves, giving to ourselves, what we believe we deserve, etc. So they're reflecting back to us what's showing up. Now, when we step away from Capricorn's I conversation, the conversation of I deserve, I have done this work, and I deserve to be honored and acknowledged in a certain way, we step into the realm of Aquarius where we say we, where we step into the realm of groups and dealing with other individuals who also have significant reputations themselves, and how we can actually go about drawing to us what it is we desire over the long term by linking up with people who are of like mind. And so here in this conversation, of course, Aquarius is an air sign, whereas Capricorn is an earth sign, and the sign that's associated with all the material things that we can, attribute with our reputation and experience, such as degrees that will hang on our mantle, licenses that will say we know exactly what we're talking about, even awards and etc. that we can, hang up for the world to see. Aquarius is a different conversation and that it represents what have we done for other people. Many times you will see Aquarius depicted as the water bearer. So how have we gotten our achievements? Do we let them just collect dust on the wall and just let them rust and say we're done with life? Or do we say, yes, these achievements is part of the program, but now I have to throw myself and engage with other people who also have accomplishments so that we can help bring other people along. So the conversation over the next 4 weeks until March 12th is going to be one of networking. And many people, I find, myself included, have a lot to learn when it comes to networking. It's not about who you know with networking, but who knows you. You are not somebody special just because you have all these accomplishments hanging on your mantelpiece. You're somebody special because you can be of some benefit, some greater benefit for the community at large. And that's the essence of Aquarius, essentially, is how can you make yourself of benefit to other people? And Venus in this time is only going to be able to use her powerful charmingness if she asserts herself in a way that has a level of humility and allows her to create value for you and me as being of some benefit to other people first. Certainly, we will always have our own agendas in mind, and there's nothing wrong with that. Certainly, they can even be transparent. But before you can have somebody bend somebody's ear to what it is that you would like them to do for you, many times you have to pay attention to them and relate to them, generate some level of rapport, and become of some benefit to them as well. Because love is a give and take, and love is a two-way street. So the 11th house, after we leave Capricorn, which is the 10th house, the zenith, the mountaintop, and we say, we've done all of this stuff, please honor me and acknowledge me. We move into the 11th house where it's time for us to say, well, the only place for us to go from the mountaintop is down. And if we have to get off of this perch, what is the value of it? What can we impart to other people? And what can we do that is larger than just what we have done for ourselves? And so this conversation of Aquarius is a very humanitarian aspect in that you will be garnering significant relationships in different areas of our charts, depending on where Aquarius falls for you. I know for myself, Aquarius falls in the 8th house, which is the area of transactions, not all financial, but in the area of transactions, the area of give and take, and the area of deep intimacy, where people get to know each other for real. Now, Aquarius does, as an air sign, represent the more impersonal aspect, the people who don't know us very well. We talked about that in Capricorn, how people see us who don't know us very well. But the people who don't know us very well, and we begin to create a reputation that we would like to have people say about us. So whatever it is that we'd like to contribute to the community at large, that becomes who we are, and we develop relationships based upon that. We may not necessarily know their family history or what's going on behind closed doors in their personal life, but we know that when we show up to do a job, to take care of some business for the community at large, whatever that might be, whatever your personal passions and tastes are, that we come together and we make it happen. Each individual is showing up and bringing to the table all of the facets of themselves that they are powerful with, that they can be recognized for. Also, I'd like to say it's very important, I'd like to emphasize during this 4-week period that we take a look at what it is that we believe is the benefit of knowing us. If we believe that knowing us is enough in and of itself because we are so special that people should just bow down to us and give us some form of acknowledgement because of where we've been and what we've done, that's not actually the case here in Venus's territory when we're traveling through Aquarius. Whenever planets come to Aquarius, it's never about you or me. It's about what you do that you can bring and throw in the pot to contribute to something larger. So between now and March 12th, that's the conversation that's showing up. Take a look at it. And I highly I would challenge you to take a dispassionate look at that so that you're not finding that you're in judgment if you've been doing it all wrong, so to speak. If you perhaps have only been calling people when you need something, as opposed to staying in touch with these people and what it is that they are doing that you know you can call on them for, and by chance making yourself impart some service or a part of their upward climb, so that they, of course, then are inspired to value your friendship. And then if you need them, certainly you can always call on them. But if you're the type of person who only comes around And believe me, we've all had our moments. If you're the type of person who only comes around when you want somebody to do something for you, Venus in Aquarius is going to rip away that veil and ask you to take a look at that, because whereas Venus represents magnetism, you're going to be drawing people toward you who will show you that either that's all you do is come around when you want something, or show you that they believe in you. And as long as you're coming to the table with something that you can also contribute to the community at large, the doors will open wide, that they will open wide. And so this conversation is one of contribution. Capricorn is one of self acknowledgement and pedestal, but we have to come off the pedestal when we get into Aquarius, and we have to offer something to the world at large. Peace be with you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Dexter Kendrick Soul. This was a conversation on Venus transit through Aquarius. Coming up, there is a full moon in Virgo next Monday. We'll be chatting about that. And there is a lunar eclipse in Libra coming down the pipe next month on March 8th. You don't want to miss that. All of our relationships are about to have a significant overhaul. So don't forget, hit me up, message me, DM me, Instagram or Facebook. I'd love to chat with you. Be blessed.